Once upon a time, there was a father with 3 daughters. Before going away, he asked them what gifts they wanted him to bring home. The eldest daughter wanted pearls, the second daughter wanted diamonds, and the youngest daughter wanted a dancing, singing nightingale. The father agreed to kiss his 3 children and went on his way. The day had come to return home, but he had only bought jade and diamonds for his 2 eldest daughters. As for the nightingale, which often danced and sang, he searched everywhere but could not find it. He was very sad about that, because his youngest daughter was his favorite child, rich in being the youngest, difficult in being the youngest. On the way back he passed through a forest. In the middle of the forest was a magnificent castle. Next to the castle was an old tree. At the top of the tree, he saw a nightingale jumping and singing. So happy, he exclaimed, "Wow, you came at the right time." He immediately called his servant and told him to climb up and catch the bird. But as he walked closer, suddenly a lion jumped out from the hollow of the tree, shook its whole body and roared, making the grass rustle its branches and leaves. The lion shouted loudly, "Whoever steals my dancing, singing nightingale, I will tear it apart and devour it." The father recounted the youngest daughter and number 39's wish and said, "Honestly, I didn't and #39. Know it was your bird. Please allow me to atone for my sins with solid gold. Just please spare me my death." The lion said, "Nothing can save you but a promise. Whatever you encounter when you return home, you must first give it to me as my own. If you agree, not only will I spare your death, but I will also give you the bird perched on top of the tree so you can take it home as a gift for your daughter." The man refused and said, "Who knows, maybe that person is my youngest daughter. My niece loves me the most in the house. Every time I come home from anywhere, she is always the first to run out to greet me." The servant was afraid and said, "What if the youngest daughter finds out that the first thing is a dog or a cat?" It made sense. The father agreed to accept the dancing and singing nightingale, and promised that whatever he saw when he came home, he would first give the lion his own. When he arrived home, the first thing he saw was not a dog or cat but his youngest daughter, who ran out to greet her father. Seeing that, he burst into tears and said, "My dear child, I bought you a little bird at such a high price. To have a bird, the father must promise to give the child to a lion. If it gets you, it will probably tear you apart and eat you." Then he told me the whole story, telling me not to go, but to risk letting things happen wherever they wanted. The daughter comforted her father and said, "My dear father, what you promised must be done. I will go there and calm the lion down. After that, I will return to visit my father. There is nothing to do." The next morning, she asked for directions, said goodbye to her father, and leisurely went into the forest. In fact, the lion is an enchanted prince. During the day, he and his servants are all lions. At night, everything appeared in human form again. Arriving at the meeting place, the girl was welcomed very warmly and taken into the palace. When darkness falls, the lion appears as a handsome young man. The wedding ceremony was held lavishly. The couple lived together very happily, staying up at night and sleeping during the day. One day the young man said, "Tomorrow there is a wedding at my house. The eldest sister got married. If you want to go, let the lions take you there." She said yes, because she also wanted to go back to see her father again. She set off, the lions following as her guardian. Everyone was happy to see her return, because everyone was convinced that she had been torn apart and eaten by lions a long time ago. She told the story that she had a handsome husband and the couple lived happily. She stayed at home during the wedding, then she returned to the forest. When the second sister got married and was invited to the wedding, she said to the lion, "This time I Don and number 39, want to go alone. You must come with me." But the lion said that it was very dangerous for him, because as long as the burning light shined on him, he would turn into a dove and have to fly for 7 long years. She said, "You just come with me. I will definitely keep you from letting any light shine on you." So the couple returned together and brought the dog with them. When she got there, she built a chamber with very thick and sturdy walls so that no light could penetrate. When the wedding candles are lit, he must sit in that room. But the door was made of soywood. Due to weather changes, the wood cracked a tiny crack, and no one noticed. The wedding was held lavishly. When welcoming the bride home from the church, torches and candles light up the entire path. As the group passed through the room, a ray of light as small as a strand of hair fell through the crack and shone on the prince. In the blink of an eye, the prince transformed. When the wife went into the room to look for her husband, she was nowhere to be found, only a white dove. The bird told her, "So I have to fly to all 4 corners of the world for 7 years. Every 7 steps, a drop of blood and a white feather will fall to the ground. If you keep following, you can free me yourself." Saying that, the pigeon flew out the door. She followed the bird and number 39's tracks. Every 7 steps, a drop of blood and a white feather fell to show the bird and number 39's flight. Just following the bird and number 39's flight, she walked, all over the horizon, walking forever, walking without looking back, without stopping to rest. 7 years are almost over. She was happy, thinking that they were both about to be liberated. But the days of waiting were so long. There was a time when she suddenly didn't and hash 39 see hair, nor did she see blood falling anymore. When she looked up, the dove had disappeared. She thought, surely no one in the world could save her. She immediately went up and asked the sun, "Oh sun," the sun and number 39's rays reach every nook and cranny, everywhere on the high mountain peaks. So did the sun see any white doves flying by? The sun replied, "No, ma and number 39, I didn't and hash 39 see a single pigeon. But let me give you a small box. When you are in dire straits, open the box." She thanked the sun and continued on her way. At night, without her even realizing it, she looked up and saw the moon had risen. She asked the moon, "Oh moon, the moonlight shines all night long. The moonlight shines throughout the mountains, forests and fields. Have you seen the pigeon? Any white sentences flying by?" Moon replied, "No, ma and number 39, I Don and number 39, see any pigeons. But then I give her an egg. When you and number 39 in trouble, break it out." She thanked the moon and continued on her way. The night wind blew against her face. She immediately asked the wind, "Oh wind." The wind blows everywhere. The wind blows through every tree top, through the leaves. Have you seen any white doves? The night wind replied, "No, I Don and number 39 see any white doves. But let me ask the other 3 winds, maybe they see it." The east wind and the west wind say they cannot see. But the south wind said, "I saw a white dove flying towards the Red Sea." Because the 7 years were over, it turned into a lion again. The lion is currently fighting a dragon there, and the dragon is an enchanted princess. The night wind then told her, "I advise you to go to the Red Sea. On the right bank there are many tall reeds. Go to the reed bush, count to the 11th, then cut it." Using that reed to help the lion fight the dragon, the lion will defeat the dragon and both animals will reappear in human form. Then she looked back and she would see an eagle lying on the shore of the Red Sea. She should jump on its back with her lover. The eagle will carry them both home across the sea. Here I give you a chestnut. In the middle of the pool, she threw a chestnut into the water. The seed germinated immediately and an ancient chestnut tree grew from the water. Birds will perch on treetops to rest, because they do not have the strength to fly all the way to the mainland. If she forgets to throw the chestnuts into the sea, the bird will have no place to rest and will drop both husband and wife into the sea. Arriving at Hong Hai, she saw that everything happened exactly as the night wind said. She went to the reed bush, counted the 11th reed, and cut it. She swung the reed to hit the dragon. The lion charged again, the dragon indeed lost. Immediately both the lion and the dragon appeared in human form. The princess who had been transformed into a dragon was freed and appeared in human form. She immediately grabbed the prince and number 39's hand and pulled her up, riding the eagle and flying away. The poor girl was abandoned, she could only sit and cry. It was only later that she regained her courage and muttered, "No matter how far the wind blows, I will go there. As long as the rooster crows, I will go. I and number 39 am determined to find a new guy." She continued on her way. Walking and walking, she finally reached the castle where the prince and princess lived. She heard that the 2 of them were about to have a wedding. She said, "God help me too." She opened the box that the sun had given her and saw that inside the box was a shirt that sparkled like the sun. She took out her clothes and went into the castle. Everyone standing there, including the bride, stared wide-eyed. The bride liked the dress so much. She thought to herself, how nice it would be if it were her wedding dress. The princess asked if she would sell the dress. She replied, "I Don and number 39 need money, but I can exchange it for anything in flesh and blood." The bride asked her what that meant. At that time she said, "I would like to stay one night in the Grimm and number 39's room." Honestly, the bride didn't and #39 want that, but because she wanted a beautiful dress, she finally agreed. The bride told her servant to secretly give the prince a dose of sleeping pills. It was late at night, when the young man was already asleep, she was led into the room. Sitting beside the bed, she said, "For 7 years I have always followed your footsteps. I searched for the sun, the moon and the 4 winds to ask for your news and helped you defeat the dragon. Have you completely forgotten me?" But the prince slept soundly, only feeling the sound of the wind swaying the branches and leaves of the tall pine trees outside. When it was first dawn, people led her out of the room and she had to give her the yellow shirt. Her efforts were in vain. She felt sad and went to the field to sit and cry. While sitting and crying, she suddenly remembered the egg the moon gave her. She cracked the egg, a mother hen and 12 golden chicks came out. The chicks ran around here and there, chirping, then snuggled under their mother and number 39's wing. Perhaps there is nothing beautiful in this world. Eyes with the sight of a mother hen and her chicks. She stood up, chased the chickens away on the grass field, and a long time later the princess stood at the window and saw them. The chicks looked so cute. The princess liked them so much that she immediately went down and asked to buy them. The girl replied, "I Dawn and number 39 need money, but I can exchange it for anything in flesh and blood. I asked to stay another night in the Grimm and number 39's room." The bride agreed and wanted to fool again like the previous night. But tonight, before going to bed, the prince asked the servant what the whispers and whispers were about the night before. At that time, the servant told him that he had to give him sleeping pills because a poor girl would sneak into the room to sleep, and tonight he also had to give him another dose of sleeping pills. The prince told him, "Tonight, pour the sleeping medicine next to my bed." At night, she was led into her room again. She had just begun to recount her painful love story when he immediately recognized his gentle wife and number 39's voice. He immediately stood up and exclaimed, "Now I am truly freed. I have lived like a dream because I was bewitched by a strange princess to make me forget her. It and number 39's true that God has eyes, helping him get out of his dream at just the right time." Then that night he and she sneaked out of the castle because they were afraid of the strange princess and number 39's witchcraft. The two of them rode the magic falcon. The bird took them across the Red Sea, to the middle of the sea. She dropped chestnuts into the sea, and soon a giant chestnut tree grew on the sea surface. The bird perches right on top of the tree to rest. Then the bird took them home. They met their child again. The child was now a handsome young man. From then on they lived happily together until their hair turned gray. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.